In this video, I want to show you how to get a free coronavirus test if you are a United States citizen. And it doesn't matter what your age is. You can be a minor, elderly. It doesn't matter if you're symptomatic or asymptomatic. You could be showing symptoms or you might not have any symptoms at all. It doesn't matter if you have pre-existing conditions or if you're perfectly healthy and a marathon runner. You will get a free test if you want one. So I want to show you real quickly how it's done. It's done along with a company called LabCorp in the United States, and they work with all the pharmaceutical companies and drug companies like Walgreens, CVS, and a host of other ones. I'm specifically getting mine done through Walgreens, and I'll walk you through how to do it with any company. And the reason I'm making this video is because it was kind of a jungle when I went online about how to get a test. You had all these companies that was trying to charge you $200–300 for it. You don't have to pay for it. It's available for free. So there's no reason that you have to pay for it. This is just as quick, but you do have to be precise and quick. Now, this is kind of a two-part video because the reason I'm making this is because I'm going to be traveling overseas to Jamaica for a little small 7-day trip, and they require the coronavirus test if you're traveling from a high-risk country like the United States is considered high risk. Mexico, Brazil, Dominican Republic is considered high risk. So most countries like Jamaica require that you submit a COVID test, and it can't just be any kind of COVID test. So I want to show you here real quick. This is from Jamaica's website. So these are 3 different tests that they accept. You can see here the rt-pcr. One's an NAAT and one's an RNA or molecular test. Now you want to find that the bulk majority of these tests that's provided by LabCorp and Walgreens and all these companies is the rt-pcr test. That's going to be the vast majority of them. And guess what? It's easy because literally it takes less than 10 minutes to 15 minutes. You basically swab. You do it yourself in your car, and you basically swab your nose, and then you submit it. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. It's very easy. So you cannot do like a take-home test. So like if you order one, it's not going to be accepted. And to be honest with you, a lot of these high-priced $200–300 places online that's trying to get you to pay, those might not even be accepted by these countries, and they might not be as fast and quick as like LabCorp and Walgreens and CVS. And so, and you will not be able to take an antigen or an antibody test either. That will not work. It's got to be one of these 3 from a lab. Basically, it has to be CAP accredited or CLIA registered. All right. And so, for example, to get my test done, I went to Walgreens website. And what you want to do is you want to go to walgreens.com/coronavirus. And I'll show it right here. So it's spelled right here, walgreens.com/ just type that in your computer, coronavirus. If it's CVS, go to cvs.com/coronavirus. And then from there, you click on get started, or get tested rather. And from there, it's the second screen. You just click on this little screen that says learn more at the Walgreens. As you can see here, it says no cost to you. Get tested for COVID-19. And then from there, the third screen that they take you to is going to show your locations. Now, I live in the state of Florida. And so this shows all the locations in Florida that's available. It looks like a lot, but it's really not a lot, considering the population of Florida. And so what you want to do is you want to click on your state. Mine's Florida, right? And then it's going to show all the locations. You see here the vast majority of them are rt-pcr, like I was telling you earlier in this video, the one with the little nose swab. And it shows you the location. There's a couple that's NAAT test, but that's okay. So you choose your area. You might have to click here where it says see more nearby locations. You choose your area, and then it's going to, once you choose your area, then you have to choose an appointment time. Now, I was able to get mine like 2 days later, but some people are able to get it 1 day later, like the next day. The reason this is important, because if you're traveling overseas to another country, there's a window that you have to get it done before, and it's usually 10 days before your flight's scheduled. So you can't do it 12 or 2 weeks out, because it won't be good, right? It's got to be within that 10-day time frame. So you have to be very cognizant that you do it in a timely manner at the right time. So try to do it at like 10 and 9 days before. Because once you submit your test, it could take 2 to 3 days for you to get the results by email. So you want to make sure you do it as soon as possible, right? So what's going to happen is you want to choose your time frame. That's after they ask you what your symptoms are. So they're going to ask you a whole host of different questions of whether you're asymptomatic or symptomatic or not. They're going to ask about your pre-existing conditions, if you have diabetes and all that. Don't worry about any of that. Just answer truthfully to all of them. You could say yes to all of them. You could say no to all of them. You could be perfectly healthy, but you are entitled to a free test. And so just answer all those questions, and then they'll take you to another screen that says, congratulations. Well, they won't say congratulations, but they'll say you've been approved. We'll email and let you, and then you check your time of when you want to do it. Now, if you're going with a family member, a loved one, a child, right, you'll have to do a separate one. You have to go ahead and set your appointment. Let's say it's at 11:30 a.m. You set your appointment. Then you have to go back in and redo the whole thing again for your loved one, whether it's a spouse or a child or whatever. They'll ask the same questions. Now, if you have health insurance, they'll ask you for that information, your group number and all that stuff. Go ahead and put all that in. You won't be charged. They might charge your health insurance company, but don't worry. You won't be charged. I don't have health insurance, so I didn't enter any of that in. And, of course, I was approved. So you enter in all that information, and then for your loved one, and then you choose the next time available. They do it in 15-minute increments. So 11 o'clock and then 11:45 was when our two. We both go in the car together. My loved one's in the passenger seat, and they give us 2 packets, and we do the test at the time. What they'll do is they'll give you a registration number like this that you print out, that you take with you to the pharmacy. And then what'll happen is through the drive-thru window, you just show it to them, and then they'll give you the packets, and they should explain it to you. They'll explain it to you over there through the window, what the procedure is going to be. I'll go ahead and push play here, and I'll show you exactly us going through the drive-thru and getting the test done. Like I said, it's very, very easy. It took less than 15 minutes. Don't be nervous about it. It's a simple test. It's non-invasive, quick, easy, and simple to do. And so she took like I said, she took our number. What's going to happen is she's going to give you a pack. He or she's going to give you a pack that's going to show like LabCorp's affiliation with Walgreens. So they gave the information, the website, the app that you can download. It's she gave us information to say what we should do after we take the test. Technically, we should inform our employers that we had the test, regardless if we're asymptomatic or symptomatic. If your child's in school, you should really tell the administration that you had a COVID test done. And so they give you some little, as you can see there's some more information. And they give you for testing, they give you 2 little things. You see right there in the video, they're giving me a little Q-tip swab. And then they give like a little canister that's got a solution in it, a little plastic bottle. So when you test, you basically go in your nose, and then you scrape it. You scrape around it, doesn't have to be too hard, but you want to be a little bit firm, as you can see there. And then you open up that little solution that's got your individual information on there and your name. So if you're traveling, I want to employ you again to please do it within those 10 days. And so for specifically with Jamaica, you want to go onto their official traveling to website. Just Google traveling to Jamaica with COVID, right? You go to Jamaica's website, and then you want to fill out a little thing 5 days before your flight, basically asking for permission to fly there. And then what they're going to do there is they're going to ask you for this information from your COVID test. And so you're going to enter in the information that LabCorp gives you by email. They're going to give you the information, and then you give that to the Jamaica embassy, I believe. And then they're going to approve you from there. Like I said, after this test is submitted, it takes about 2 to 3 days to get the information back, whether you're asymptomatic or symptomatic, or rather you're positive or negative, rather. And you'll get an email from that. If in 2 or 3 days you don't get it, you can go to LabCorp's website and probably look it up that way. But again, you should get an email. And if you got it, if you test positive, you're not going to be able to travel. They're not going to let you travel to Jamaica or UK or wherever you want to go. They're not going to let you travel. So hopefully you and your loved one that's traveling, or business partner or whatever, does not have it. All right. And I'll show you here. You can see there's the little drop box that you drop it in. This is basically right beside the pharmacy window. You drop it in there, and then you close the lid, and you're good to go. And then you wait 2 or 3 days to get the test. When you're traveling, make sure you get flight insurance. And if you have a hotel reserved in Jamaica or wherever, go ahead and they might offer cancellations, up to 24 hours, but flights they don't. So you want to make sure I think it's usually like $60 a person to get flight cancellation insurance. I would recommend you get it this time during COVID, because if you test positive, you're out that flight and you can't get it. Or something else can happen. You might not be able to hear back from the embassy, or something can happen and they stop you and you're not able to get on the plane for whatever reason. So order that. Go ahead and get that insurance. Like I said, I normally don't get the insurance, but in a situation like this, you want to get that added insurance just in case. It'll give you peace of mind, because it's not 100% sure method that you're going to get into your country of origin. That is all the information. I hope the video showed you everything. Like I said, Walgreens, CVS, I don't know if Rite Aid's still open, but if they are, I'm sure that they do it. Or any LabCorp location. But most people have Walgreens or CVS, I think. So in the comment section, let me know what country you're traveling to. If you're not traveling to a country, if you just want to give me your experience of doing this, and let me know if you were able to get it done successfully and all that. Put a comment in the section. If you are traveling to another country, let me know what country you're going to, and I hope you have safe travels. And if you're not traveling, I hope you and your family is safe during all this time, and I really mean that. And please subscribe to my videos. All right, I appreciate it. Have a good one.